Good day. My name is Sebongile Mazibuko, and I am going to be presenting to you a research topic that I was busy with during my honors year with a little enhancement, and it is a gap between industry and academia, causes of the gap, focusing mainly on the COVID-19 pandemic, how technology or smart devices came in handy during that predicament, and pros and cons of tech in general. So we want to know what the industry academia gap is. Research shows that graduates are not in all cases ready to enter the industry and contribute to the society because the skills they've acquired in higher education are not always compatible with those required in industry, and that can be referred to as the industry academia gap. So the gap must be bridged to ensure that graduates are ready to enter the industry immediately after graduation and that their skills are compatible with those required in industry. Now let's take a look at the overview of the results. The information and contributions towards the results were gathered from both lecturers and industry participants. So looking at the pie chart on my left, it can be seen that 42.5% coming from the 33.3 and the 9.5% of the lecturers think that only a few graduates, that is less than 40% of them, are ready to enter the industry immediately after graduation. And looking at the one on my right, it can be seen that 62.5% of the industry participants coming from the 33.3 and the 29.2% think that as well, less than 40% of the graduates are ready to enter the industry immediately after graduation. So since it has been proven that not a lot of graduates are ready to enter the industry immediately after graduation, we want to know what the causes may be or what the causes of the gap may be. So next we look at the causes of the gap. The first one being lack of computational resources. So people ask what computational resources are, and Google says that the term computational resource is commonly used to describe accessible computing equipment and software, such as your PC, printers, smartphones, and the list goes on. The second cause being that varsities tend to focus more on theoretical content rather than on both theoretical and practical content equally, like that 50-50 kind of situation. The third cause being the speed at which technology changes. So some individuals may find it very hard to keep up with the speed at which technology changes. The fourth and most important cause for this presentation being the COVID-19 pandemic. So now we look at the COVID-19 pandemic as the cause of the gap. When the COVID-19 pandemic commenced, most learners and workers were sent to work from home, relying on online collaboration with peers, which might have given rise to an even wider industry academia gap. Why do I say so? Some learners could not do their work from home because or due to the lack of computational resources, as stated in the above slide, which resulted in them dropping out of school. Research also says that those who had computational resources or smart devices at home and were able to do their work as usual, but started varsity in 2020 or around that time, lack communication and presentation skills as they were not exposed to such. I think they got used to doing everything online or on Teams that they found it very hard to interact with people in person. So now we look at COVID-19 pandemic and how technology came in handy. Although contact classes and meetings were canceled, they could go on virtually because of technology Individuals could dial in using Teams, Zoom, and the list goes on. Also, during that predicament, technology made it easier for people who live an alternative lifestyle due to illness or travel to be present in meetings and or classes. Now we're just gonna look at the pros and cons of tech in general. Let us start with the pros. Number one, it prepares individuals for the future, meaning that the fourth industrial revolution is slowly taking over the world. And I believe that having a good understanding of basic technological devices and their uses is important to prepare individuals for success in this world. The second one being that it encourages collaboration. Ideas, opinions, and information can be shared easily as files and images can be transported digitally. So the third one is that it contributes towards bridging the gap between industry and academia because people can use it from wherever to keep their work in motion. And students can also take online courses to acquire skills that might be necessary for the industry. Lastly, we look at the cons of tech. Number one, it can distract students if proper security measures are not put in place. Computers can provide children with inappropriate information. And unlike in contact classes, students have the liberty of doing absolutely anything they want with their smart devices, forgetting about their schoolwork because they are not being monitored. Number two, it prohibits individuals from opportunities of socializing. So studies say that more individuals throughout the society are becoming disconnected and isolated because of the links technology provides through social networks. Individuals who spend more time engaging with devices may not spend as much time interacting with peers, and that may affect the individual's social and emotional growth. The last one being that it reduces human effort. Most technological discoveries work to reduce the amount of effort that we need to use to create a result. And by that, I imply that machines do the heavy lifting for individuals. For example, ChatGPT, people can literally present their problems to that and their solutions can be returned to them as they are. And I think that reduces our thinking ability. That is my story.